Hi, welcome into another Doodle on Discord. So this is going to be like a weekly session for me. It's going to jump on my Discord channel on the stage. So if you go to Corp Dogs, the Corp Dogs Discord, you're probably going to go to discord.gg/Corp Dogs. Head over to there, find the stage. Every Wednesday at this time, I'll be drawing. So that's 8 p.m. BST. I'll make a recording of the session as well. So it'll be available for anybody to watch on playback. And yeah, the purpose of the session is just to share a bit of creativity, to do a little bit of drawing together. So I'm going to steam straight ahead and go and do that. So here we go. This is my sketchbook. We're going to just do a little bit of drawing in the sketchbook. If you're going to join in as well, it'd be great to see you kind of have a little go with it. All you'll need really is a couple of black pens. I'll be using these, which is a 0.5 and a 0.1. 0.5 and a 0.1 there. So yeah, one fat pen, one thin pen. That's kind of all you need for it. And like I say, just a weekly drawing session. Maybe answer a few questions about Corp Dogs along the way. But yeah, that's the main purpose of it, just to get people being creative and doing a little bit of drawing, showing them how easy it is. And a big part of the Corp Dogs project is going to be about like that kind of getting people creative. Loads of other kind of art releases as well to come along with it. Airdrops and access to other people's artwork and stuff like that. But my part of it is I really want to show people how to draw this kind of stuff. And these are all of these pages are like very quick, less than 1 hour sessions. And what I want to do is I want to bring some of these sessions to you guys on Discord. Yeah, let's just flick through to an empty page and we'll get started, shall we? So like I say, if you want to join in, you definitely need to have a pen. I'm using an A5 sketchbook, an A5 Art Gecko sketchbook. So yeah, use that kind of size, and then a 0.5 and a 0.1 pen. But obviously go bigger. If you're going bigger, then just use fatter pens. If you're going smaller, use smaller pens. It's as easy as that. Let me zoom in just a little tiny bit here so that we can have a proper close look at the sketchbook. And yeah, we're just going to draw some real cute Kawaii style characters today. It won't take us long to do it. But yeah, we'll start off with our 0.5 pen, and we're just going to use this probably all the way through. Now, what I like to do is start with a bouncy line down the bottom. So I'm going to draw this bouncy line just across the bottom, and then all my characters can kind of just grow out from there, okay? So let's start off with this bouncy line. Look. Something like that will do. This is like a bit of a hack as well. This is the bottom half of this page being blank means that we can kind of fill the whole page, and this will look like clouds and the characters across the top. It won't take us as long to draw the characters across the top. So here we go. Let's go and put in. We're going to double line it. So everything I do, I double line everything I do. And the reason for that is double lining it makes it twice as wonky, not twice as thick. And that generally is a lot easier to draw a wonky line than a smooth line. So we just focus on drawing wonky lines. That's my top tip, really, for any kind of drawing that you do. Okay, let's go and put in some characters on this. So I like to start with like a sausage shape for the character. So let's go in with a sausage shape just here. Again, double line it, make it nice and wonky. And then a bouncy line across the back. So this is a character called Gurkasaur, which I draw a lot. It's called Gurkasaur because it looks a little bit like a gherkin, a little bit like a dinosaur. This bouncy line across the back is what makes it look a little bit like a dinosaur. So let's go and do this bouncy bit across the back. Double lining it as well. And then the dimples that we're about to put on is what makes it look like a gherkin. So just little dashes like this. And then maybe just a couple of random dashes all over the place. Those little dimples make it look like a gherkin. Let's flick some little lines in the back here. Look, just a little flicky in there just to give that a little bit of shape as well. And then we're going to use my prompt cards as a way of kind of bringing a face, putting a face onto this character. So first prompt card is that. So that's the face we're going to put on the character. And the reason I like using prompt cards is because if I can't think of what face to draw, I've got about 100 of these prompt cards with 100 different faces on. And it just gives me something to draw each time without having to think about it too much. So let's try and draw this face on this character. We're just going to go with some square kind of eyes. Square kind of eyes. We've got those pupils in there as well with a little reflection. So let's go and throw those in, a little reflection as well. And then we've got the little button nose. Mouth and a couple of teeth. Easy, yeah. So that's our first stage for how to draw these characters. Let's go and put another one of these characters in. This time let's go and put this one over this side. A little bit taller. Again, double line it. Make those lines double wonky. Bouncy line down the back. And then some dashes, a couple of dashes down the front, not too many, because you don't want to get in the way of the face. Around the back you can go a little bit crazier with it. But it's just a line of dash, it's just a dashed line. Look. So you don't have to think about it too much. Let's do 3 together. Little flick off in the spine, same as before. And then let's go and pick a face card for it. So we've done that one. Our next face card is this one. This is probably one of my favourite face cards. So let's go and draw that face on this. We'll start off with a couple of L shapes. You might recognise this particular face card. It's something that appears in the Corp Dogs as well. Couple of L shapes, a couple of half circles underneath, and then put some bags. Excuse me, put some bags underneath. Grumpy sausage for a mouth. And then throw in 3 lines to add 4 teeth. And we'll colour in one of those teeth as well, make it disappear. Like that. Cool, so we've got our second character, nice and easy, yeah? Let's go and put another one in. As we build up these characters, we start kind of overlapping them a little bit. Let's put one over here. Let's go from there to there, double line it. Spine down the back, going a little bit bigger. Just a bouncy line. It's a sausage and then a bouncy line. Dash line down the front. Big dash line down the back. 1, 2, 3. Throw in a couple of little dashes on their own, and then let's flick the V's in the back there. Beautiful. Right, let's go and pick a face card for this one. We've got 3 more characters to put in here, so this will only take us another 5 minutes or so. And this is what I really like about the style of doodling that I teach, is that it's very, very quick, very, very easy. But here's our next face card. That's a quality face card. So let's go and put that wide H in for the mouth first. I'm going to use that dash there Wide H for the mouth. Go and throw in the 3 teeth. Double lining as we go along. Nice and wonky with those lines. And then we've got all those eyes at the top. I kind of like to put in the 2 main eyes and then just scatter loads more around. So let's put in 2 main eyes, 1 big, 1 small, and then just throw in a few more. And these are the ones you just throw them in where there's space. Throw in the pupils next. Have the pupils looking at something as well. Let's have the pupils looking down, because we've got a couple of different characters going down there. Lovely. Let's go and throw in 2 more of these characters then. One over here, look. Look at that, we've got a skinny one going on. Bouncy line. Down the back. And you see, what I love about this is we're just following the same process. You haven't got to think too much about what you're doing. Again, that's something I love to teach a lot as well. Not having to think about what you're doing, just kind of getting on it. Just doing these bits. You're just following the same process over and over. And again, another reason you don't have to think about what you're doing is because you're using these prompt cards. There will be an activity pack released to all Court Dogs owners, which will have a bunch of prompt cards in there as well. Let's go and put this on there. So again, look, it's one with multiple eyes. So let's see if we can squeeze all these eyes in. We'll start with that D shape for the mouth. Big D for the mouth. And then we've got the tongue. The tongue is like a one curve going across it there, flicking into the tongue, the middle part of the tongue, and then another curve over the other side. So a little flick like that, and then over the other side. There's our tongue. Bouncy line across the top for the teeth. Go quite big if you don't want to do too much colouring in. Colour in the back of the mouth black, and there we go. We've got our new mouth in. Same as before, put the main eyes in first. So the main eye is that big one in the middle, and then we've got all the others scattered around the outside. So let's put that main eye in the middle. All the others scattered around. And again, have this one looking at something. Let's have it looking down here again. Forgot to flick in there, so let's just quickly flick that. One more time. Let's just do one more character at the top here. We can squeeze one more in. Let's go for a slightly fatter one. Double line it again. Bouncy line for a spine. Double line that as well. Dash lines, so this is the front. So just keep those dash lines out of the way. This is the back. Start right at the top. Couple of random dashes in there. Flick a few lines in the spine, and then we'll pick a face card. Last face card, that's a bit of a weird one. Let's go and put that in there. We'll start off with those 2 eyes, nice and big with these eyes, because we've got quite a bit of detail in there. Let's go a little bit bigger than we normally would. So big with the eyes, then we've got a little curve across the top for the eye lid. Curve across the top for the eyelid, circle and a dot for the pupil and iris. Circle for the pupil, dot for the iris. Little triangle for a nose. Upside down T shape for the mouth. So just come off the middle of that nose, down and then across. Stick in a couple of teeth. And we're good. Awesome. Right, a couple more things then before we go and move on to our thinner pen. Just stick with that fat pen for a little while. Going to put some extra clouds. So you see we've got these 2 gaps across the top. Rather than putting loads of stuff in there, let's just put some clouds in. So just going to be something as simple as a bouncy line like that. kind of mirrors what we've got going down at the bottom here. And then bring that bouncy line so it's coming out this other side as well. Add some extra little bounces. I say extra little bounces, I mean like extra little circles. Just fill in these little gaps just to make it look like the clouds are breaking up a little bit as well. And again, they're nice easy things to put in without having to think too much about it. I think we get away with this bit down the bottom being empty. I think that looks okay. Right, let's move up top. Going to go with a thinner pen now. So we've done all of our primary lines with that 0.5 pen. Now we're going to go in with this thin 0.1 pen for some like secondary lines. So the primary lines are like the shape of the character. The secondary lines are like the texture or the colour. You could just colour this in, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with this really fine pen. I'm going to put in some little lines like this, just going top to bottom or bottom to top. And it's just going to shade out a few of these spines. And it brings, what it does is it brings a little mid-tone. So we've got loads of white area in our piece. So that's the highlight. We've got a few real black dark areas in here as well, which is like inside of the mouth. That kind of thing, not much. And then what we're doing is we're bringing in this mid-tone. And you can see when I'm using this thin pen, it doesn't really interfere with those little spines that we've got, those little flick lines that we did inside those spines. They still appear. Doesn't get involved with that too much. That still looks like a little crease inside. So at this stage, we're just trying to add some, we're just looking at the areas that we could add this little bit of texture in. Now I really love drawing with just a black pen. Keeps it nice and simple. You just need a sketchbook and a black pen and you can draw anything that you want. You don't need to get like loads of pens, loads of paints, anything like that. You just keep it really simple like this. And I love drawing like this. I love showing other people how easy it is to draw like this as well. Okay, just a couple more bits that I'm going to do on here. One is let's get into the eyelids on this character with some little lines. It was in the original prompt card, but I wanted to do it with a thinner pen. Let's also get into the tongue on this character with these thin lines. That's looking nice. And we'll finish off with some lines going at the top. You see how I'm just putting a much bigger gap in between the lines now. And so what that's doing is it's just giving a little bit more shade, but not quite as dark as the bits that we've already put in. Just trying to keep it a similar kind of distance all the way across. Ooh. That's a shocking one, that line. There you go. That's it. We're going to leave it like that. It's a real nice, easy 20-minute doodle. I was drawing really slow there, so if you're doing this yourself, you will be able to kind of pick up the pace, draw much, much faster than that. Yeah, just get your artwork done really quick. Now don't forget there is a I think there's a share your art channel somewhere on the Discord. Yeah, there was used to be anyway. Yeah, there's a share your art channel. So if you do have a little go at this, yeah, please upload a picture there. It's always good to see what people have been drawing. But there you go. Sign it if you like it. If you don't like it, put somebody else's name on it. And that's it. Nice quick doodle session. I'll see you again next Wednesday. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much for joining in and taking part. Take care, everybody. Cheers. Bye.